doing, you guys? Like what you guys to another DC TV Talk Part 1 with Supergirl, Parasite Lost. I want to say that's the name of this episode, but it's season 4, episode 5. If anybody was wondering, uh, I enjoyed this episode. Because it did something I didn't see coming. Which one made Carl and Carl and John a detective. Also, it did something with James Olsen that I really was digging and which really threw me for a loop because I don't know exactly where they're gonna take it. Because now you have James talking to Agent Liberty and he's getting to James like, hey, and then it's had this whole thing to where it's like, hey, these are people too. You know what I'm saying? Even though they don't agree with what you don't agree with them completely, these are people too. You know what I'm saying? And they look up to you. And so in Lena's mind, like, hey, you have to talk. Well, no, Asian Liberty was like, hey, you have to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Because if you cut them off and shut them out, then they gonna dive deeper into the darkness. But it's in my mind, I'm thinking he's manipulating this in a way to where it's gonna better him in the end. But I'm wondering, will it also change James? You know what I'm saying? Because if James start looking at this in a different light, listen, everybody, it seems like everybody is like at a moment to where like you don't know who can have crazy thoughts because like the lady that came in who's over uh 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 uh, uh Alex, you have a mindset of her like, oh, okay, you thought she was gonna be like we all thought. I think we all can agree that we all thought that she was gonna be kind of strict on Alex and get the trip and was gonna become a character that we didn't necessarily like. And then we see her really trying to help Alex, her encouraging Alex, her commending Alex on a lot of things she's doing. Then we get to the end of the episode and she said Alex like, hey, I'm happy you're over the DEO now instead of Jean Jones because because when you think about it, John did manipulate the DEO. He did infiltrate it. And I understand what the reasoning for doing it. See, and you might, I'm not against John being an alien, but it's just like, hey, he didn't come at them straight up. You know what I'm saying? He's pretty much manipulated them just like the president did. And so now you have this thing to it. It's like, oh shit, like this lady might not necessarily be for aliens like we thought she would. You know what I'm saying? So you have that, and but she's over Alex, so it's going. I think that relationship, like I said, it started off pretty kind of smooth. I think it's gonna hit those rough edges. We're gonna really get to see what she's all about and whether she's for like the whole equality thing or is she more or less, you know what I'm saying, ready to kick the aliens out as well. And if she has ties to Agent Liberty, who knows what the hell is gonna be going on. And also we have the main storyline of this thing where we have Jensen who's like taking alien powers. Jensen killed a few aliens in this thing. There's nobody. I think they kind of glossed over just because there were no name characters, but he killed a few aliens in this thing. I know they said minimal casualties, but he was knocking them off. And Jensen actually was dope to me the way he was doing it. The powers. I don't think what he was doing was dope. I think the power that he had is a dope thing to have. Also, then with the guy, I can't think of his name, but he had the piece in his chest. When see, I have a problem with reporters, and I do have a issue with how they do certain things because when they broke into the latest house, I'm not a fan of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily a fan of stuff like that. And then when she called him, it's like this is why we don't trust you because you guys. Well, it's like you want to display something, but then you're manipulating people. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you should do that. You know what I'm saying? Also, it bothers me, and I know it's not because of the show. I mean, it's not necessarily because of, yeah, the show is more or less because of the show's budget. But when the people are sitting around telling their stories about how they start using their image inducers, the dampeners or whatever, and John's still sitting there in human form. That I'm like, these people are telling their stories about how they can walk around and and feel comfortable in their skin. Yet John, you still look like the human. Like I wonder if somebody gonna call him out on that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, you think you're a spokesperson? And I know John's finna take this whole detective thing, which is cool. But I wonder if they gonna like call him out on that. Hey, you only reason you getting by is because you can shapeshift into other people. We all can't do that. You know, that's why we have those image inducers. But now, if we're standing up, putting and getting rid of ours, why don't you turn into how you really look? I wonder if I wonder if they're gonna pull the trigger on that. Like I said, I'm enjoying it, but I'm enjoying Supergirl. It just to me the the subject matter can really go bad. I think what they're talking about in this is necessary, yet I do think it can take a left turn and you can piss off a lot of people. Not saying that like honesty isn't popular. I know that, but I don't know if it's necessarily the route you want to take. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I said, man, this is something that's been going on for years, and you trying to solve it within 22, 23 episodes, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be very, very tough. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how they gonna I don't know how they gonna do it. Also, we seen a little bit brewing between Nile and Brainy too, which is like it just hinted at it. You know what I'm saying? We got to see how that turns out in the end. Oh, like I said, overall, I enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed what they did with James the most because I want to see where that goes. I like the stuff Agent Liberty is doing. I don't like the stuff he's doing, but I like how he's kind of manipulating it to a way to it's like, hey, I know you think this is bad, but hey, look at it like this. You know what I'm saying? He's just like I just hate him, but it's like look at it like this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe look at the last three events that happened when they was all for aliens, but like. You know, he's manipulating in a way to try to pull people to his side. Yeah, even I think audience members, I truly believe people won't say this because they don't want to get looked at weird on the internet or be destroyed, like crucified on the internet. But when people watch this, I honestly believe they watch it like, oh, well, shit, he do got a point. Then you try to pull yourself back like, oh, no. No, this is wrong. He is definitely, look at it and then like evaluate it. Because some things he do make sense, but the way he's going about it is completely horrible. Some of the way he thinks is sometimes just completely wrong. You can he justifies his wrong actions with just with facts. You know what I'm saying? And that's how people usually manipulate things like this and try to justify their reasoning. So, but and you feeling like somebody's right doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you a racist or prejudiced or anything like that. It's just like, oh shit, what, got a point. You know what I'm saying? But if you know what you know, and you can look at it and break it down even more, you'll see that we're like, oh well, this reason or that reason why what you're doing is still fucked up, people. Okay, and so yeah, Supergirl is getting real political. Like I said, I don't know how I like politics up in my superhero stuff, but as long as they pull it off, I gotta be in the middle. So I gotta see. I know I can judge this better once we get to like the mid-season finale, and then I have a better understanding as to like, hey, I think this is the right decision or the wrong decision. But you guys, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow for more DC TV Talk Part 2 and 3 with Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow. Till then, peace.